Hello everybody, just wanted to make a quick video today and give y'all an update on the process of going through this Canik and what I've found as I've been shooting it. I did have an issue in my last video that I showed everybody where it didn't look like the feed ramp and the face in the slide here were that polished. I've since polished those. I hope it is picking up decently on the light out here, but the feed ramp is now pretty much to a mirror finish. Incredibly slick, not having any problem with the bullets nosing into the ramp anymore. And I have, since I did that, I've not seen any more of the copper fouling coming up underneath. They seem to be hitting the ramp and slipping right up into the chamber for the most part now. I did polish that and the internal radius right at the beginning of the chamber. Nothing too crazy. Didn't want to do anything that would mess with any kind of geometry internally with it. Same with the face here on the slide. There was some decent machining marks in there that were pretty deep. I did not get rid of all of them, and there's still a little bit of powder scorching from the last time I shot it. I did go shoot it a good bit. This is part of what I shot last time. It is a mix of various 115 and 124 grain, some steel case, some Blazer, some Winchester, some import, and I only had one hang up for that entire shooting session, and that was one instance where the bullet nosed into the top of the chamber at about that kind of an angle there and got stuck without wanting to go in. It could have been a deformed case. I didn't check them that thoroughly before I loaded them and shot them. The chamber seems like it's got plenty of clearance. The shells, even the empties, will just drop right in without any trouble. So it could have just been a deformed round. This now has 500 rounds through it. My next video will be a range video where I'm going to put 100 rounds through it. I unfortunately did not catch that one failure to go into battery on camera when I was shooting it last weekend, but I'm gonna do the next video on camera shooting 100 rounds unbroken, and we will see if there's any jams, but it is improving so far. The first couple of times that I shot it, I did clean it and oil it first, like many people have suggested and asked me if I did that. Yes, I did oil it and clean it thoroughly before I shot it. But what I've done, other than polishing the feeding ramp and the face, is I polished a little bit on the track where it runs over the top round in the magazine. It had a very sharp burr at the end of it, and I smoothed that out a little bit. I also took it and I I assembled everything, loaded the magazines, let them sit for a week fully loaded, and didn't mess with them at all to try to compress the springs a little bit. Then I did the same thing with the mainspring. I locked the slide back fully in the rear, and I left it that way for a week. And while I was doing that, I also put a popsicle stick in here from the top and held the extractor open so that it compressed the extractor spring and kept it that way for about a week. And this seems to have a lot more play in it now. It's not as firm as it was before, and when I did the last 150 rounds, I did not have any kind of issue where it was hanging up on the extractor. The one where it went in at an angle and got jammed, The extractor was not involved in that because I was able to push on the back of the extractor and it did not clear the jam. It did not make any difference at all. I also could not pull the slide back. It was stuck forward, and I had to beat on the back of it about 5 times pretty hard to be able to get it to go into battery. When it did go into battery, it did shoot and it extracted just fine, like it was a normal round. But maybe that case was just a little bit bulged from the loading process. It's entirely possible. I'm not going to blame that one on the gun. That could have very well been the ammo. But the next time I shoot it, I am going to film the entire 100 rounds, and then we're going to see if there's any jams. If there are, you're going to get a look at it as soon as I do, and we'll analyze it together. If not, hopefully everything's good, because I really like this pistol. I got this intending for this to be my new EDC, and as far as accuracy is concerned with it, I have no complaints whatsoever. It is supremely accurate for something this small, and I'm not going to complain about that one bit. I have other Caniks. I have had a TP9 SF for many years, and it has never had any kind of issue with any kind of ammo that I've put through it, and I'm hoping to get that same kind of reliability out of this. It's a smaller pistol. Maybe it has had more of a break-in period than the other one had, because it's been flawless out of the box. Never had an issue with it like I had with this initially. But could have just been a break-in thing, and I'm hoping that that's worked itself out. You know, some people may say that this is not necessary, but I always polish the feed ramps on all my guns. I feel like that's something that doesn't hurt anything and can only help in this situation, because when you're feeding rounds, you want it to be as slick as you possibly can. Any friction there is just unnecessary and detrimental to the system. So we're going to let it go the way it is. Next video is going to be a range video, and we'll see how she does then. Until then, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.